They wanted me to spit reality rap.
Problem is, what the problem is,
whatever that fucking mean. Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck you niggas and I mean that. You want war, bitch, I bring that. Real niggas dressing all black. I'll put your life in the past. All you lames ain't gon' last. Put that dumb shit in the trash. I be all out in the jungle wildin' with gorillas even when they spaz. I was boosting them was back up. Run all up in your stash house. Tell you niggas kick the cash out. 45 on your ass. A lot of y'all dudes is acting. Keep on saying that y'all trapping. Put you right up on the news channel 45 asking what happened. Big nigga and I'm husky. I dare you niggas try to touch me. So official like the ref. I got some real niggas that'll leave you dusty. I ain't never had nothing. Making something out of nothing. Out here grinding real hard trying to turn the devil to an English muffin. I went to work like a slave nigga. Streets know I'm a go-getter. I can never be a whole nigga. Real facts, you's a whole nigga. Catch the boy in the cup. Watch the pot bubble up. Profit going double up. Really never give a fuck. My hood really bout that. Cross the line, then we off black. Kill a nigga when it's off black. Smoke you chumps like some gas. My father never really fuck with me. None of you niggas can't fuck with me. Say it twice so you remember me. None of y'all can't fuck with me. So high of life like I just talked to Molly. Wait for a young dumb ass nigga to try me. Giving them shots to the face of the body. Guns like a boxer, man, shots to the body. I done did a lot of dumb shit, a lot of beat a hater.
I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
Children, rain all night long. Didn't it all, oh my Lord, didn't it rain, children, rain all night long, didn't it all, oh my Lord, didn't it rain.
You can't run from it. You can't deny it. You can't pass it off. It's your call. God knew what he was doing. He knew who he was calling. And he expertly and intricately detailed every aspect of your life, your being, your persona, your psyche, your physicality, everything about you, from the texture of your hair to the color of your eyes to the way that you laugh to the fingerprint on your thumb. And everything is connected to your calling. And until you walk into the fullness of the thing that you were created for, you will find yourself frustrated. You're called.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on? What's going on, Dream Team? We back in the saddle. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to everybody that's here. Ooh, let's get it in. First of all, I want to say shout out to the best team in the land. Dream Team is in the building, is in the business. I said business. Is in the business. We got a lot to unpack. We got a lot to talk about. I will be opening up the phone lines and I will be dropping that link. Huh. So if you feel froggy, if you feel like you want to talk about some things, hop in. Okay. I'm streaming on every platform. Boy. Getting back into it is rough. But guess what? Somebody had to do it. Shout out to everybody that's out there right now, man. I want to say thank you for tuning in. If you want to donate to this channel, I have a thing at the bottom. There's a little box with a $sign. It's called the Super Chat. Right now, we have a goal of $400, right? You can donate whatever you want. Nothing's too big, nothing too small. Dana J appreciate everything that all of y'all send or do and anything that you want to contribute. Also, my Cash App is $OfficialDanaJay. You won't see me sitting back begging. If you want to help, pitch in. You like the commentary, pitch in. That's all. But what you all can do, and it's free. You know what I mean? When you come to my door, I need you to violate me. So I know you're wondering, like, how would I violate you, Dana? Just hit that like button. Hit that like button and go tell a friend of a friend of a friend to come and like, share, and subscribe. That's how you violate me. We're on a road to 10,000 organically. We do not buy subs over here. We don't do it. Can't do it. The only subs we buy is when we go to the cheesesteak spots that's in our prospective states. That's it. I ain't buying no other cheesesteak. I ain't buying no other sub. Only the subs and the cheesesteak that I like. Those are the only ones that I'm buying. Okay? So, you got to understand that I'm back. I'm back. Yes, I do leave Monday for New York. I'm excited. Have a lot of things going on. People say, don't go. You can't go. You're going to go to jail. Well, if I'm going to jail for going to report and do what I started doing, wasn't nobody reporting on nothing until they seen Dana J do it. I told you I'm the callous for all this. I was the first one when Diddy first got arrested that said, I'm going to report on the Diddy trial. I'll be going to New York. Others follow suit. I have a job, so I can't get there like everybody else can. I'm going for a week and knocking it out for a week. Y'all know what it is. When the real steps in the room, people don't want real stuff there. They don't want real people there. But I'm going to be there for a whole week. I'll be there reporting, seeing who I can get the interview, seeing what's going on in the courthouse. Also, I'm gonna bring y'all a bonus. Dana, don't promise that. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring y'all a bonus while I'm up there because something else is going on up there too. So I'm gonna try to give you a bonus while I'm up there. Okay, I'm gonna try to give you a bonus. Slorilla said you got Silverback running scared when she heard you was coming to New York. You stupid, Slorilla. Say it with your chest. What's up, Teresa? What's up, Willie? What's up? Nick Step, what's up, bro? Shout out to everybody that's here. Listen, also, when I'm in New York, Shank Rock in the building. What's up, Wafia in the building? Willie Jones in the building. Listen, when I get to New York, I'm gonna find out about the transcripts. I thought I would have been able to get them by now, but you know how people want to act funny. They want to do what they do, so you let them do what they do. Shout out to KJ. What's up, brother? Salute you. And you let people do what they do, and you go find your own lane. I am in a season now where I'm treating people the way they treat me. I'm in a season now of I treat people the way they treat me. So if you feel like I'm treating you funny, you need to reevaluate the way you treat me. Plain and simple. We breaking down this Diddy thing. And I must say, Shank Rock started already. Here you go. Here you go. He started already. Free baby old man. Here you go. Listen, last night, I had the pleasure to grace Shank Rock's page. And although we both grew up in Baltimore, that's my big bro, we had a difference of opinion. He think that the baby old man needs to be free. I say he needs to be locked up. Then we got into the context of what's the difference between Diddy and R. Kelly trial, not the person, but the trial. So I'm gonna dive deep into that today. And when I put the panel up, folks can come up and we can talk and we can have a good discussion, because people fail to realize certain things. Everything that I've been saying has been factual when it comes to these cases. Shank Rock said last night, well, I don't see the defense losing because they winning so far. But I said it's early in the game. And I gave Shank Rock, and I'm gonna tell you, I gave Shank Rock, I said, wait till Gina testify. So today they say Gina ain't testifying. That's what the defense said. But what did the prosecution say? She's in the indictment. What that mean? She have to testify. If Gina do not testify, R. Kelly have to walk free. Now we're going to get deep with it. If Gina gets out of testifying, R. Kelly have to walk free. And that's without ifs, ands, or buts about it. And people probably looking like, Dana, what do you mean? Why do R. Kelly got to walk free if Gina doesn't testify? Okay, I will break that down to you too. The reason why I say that is because when R. Kelly supposedly victims that wasn't victims, they were willing participants. And a lot of y'all out there was saying R. Kelly is a pedophile. Well, I'm going to break some news to you today. How R. Kelly was never a pedophile. Nor was he ever labeled a pedophile. It was us, the so-called Negro, the so-called black people, the so-called you ain't standing up for our community, is what graced him as a pedophile. Us, our color, is what led him to the chamber to lock him away. And we stood there and watched the so-called truth seekers carry Kales out of the courtroom, or should I say out of the bank, and take him to a holding place to where he will go be driven to be locked away. And a lot of people sit back and say, oh no, free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. How can you say free Diddy when you said persecute Kales? Let's go there. And then people wonder why I say, don't call me black. Because first of all, black is not a color, it's a shade. You've never seen a white man. I say it all the time. You never seen a white man and you never seen a black man. Why? Because if you are of color, how can you be a shade? Make it make sense. And then a little brother said, Well, what do you call the pale people? They are Caucasians. Why were they called Caucasians? Because they came from the Caucasus Mountain. And what were they called? Black people. Why? Because they don't have pigmentation in their skin and they can't stand in the sun. And if they stand in the sun, they will die. So if black means death, why would you adopt that association to you? I'm a slow walk this thing. So in the Diddy trial, we have substantial video. In the Diddy trial, we have substantial witnesses that has been coached by the federal government, just like in R. Kelly trial. You got substantial willing participants that has been coached by the federal government. So Dana, what point are you making? You had people who wasn't coached to come out and say, we participated in freak offs and we loved it. Then my brother Shankrock said, they haven't proven the RICO. So I said, they proved the RICO last Friday when Don told about the locations and stuff that they used to go to and stuff like that. And Diddy used to pay folks in them locations. That's an enterprise because he got people to carry out things for him. And people were carrying out things for their self as well. One thing I told Shank last night from the R. Kelly trial, when they come and get you, you don't have to be involved. But as long as you say, I'm connected to the man that they want, you are a co-conspirator. So with that being said, if that's the case, a lady on Shank Rock channel last night said, you can't have a RICO because it's just one person. It's just Diddy. And I said, you must ain't pay attention to the R. Kelly trial. The government did something dumb. Even an idiot picked up on it and said, one man ain't no enterprise. And if an idiot can pick up on it, I know the promise cool people that know what they doing can pick up on it. When I heard an idiot say, one man ain't no enterprise and run with it, I said, I'll be damned. The government's so dumb, even an idiot picked up on it. So why can't Diddy be an enterprise? If R. Kelly was one, why can't Diddy be one? Watch this. They gave R. Kelly the Mann Act. What was the Mann Act? Oh, when you fly females across state lines to have sex with them. Oh, so we giving them Jack Johnson treatment, right? Now ask this question. How many times did Diddy fly Carisha across state lines to have sex with her? One. How many times did Diddy fly Cassie across state lines to have freak off with her? Two. How many times did Diddy fly Misha back and forth to have sex with her? Three. How many times did Diddy fly Kim Porter back across state lines to have sex with her? Boom. And how many other people did Diddy fly across state lines to have sex with them? But you know what they said? That's not the Mann Act. So if that's not the Mann Act, why is R. Kelly sitting? Because that's what they gave him. They said, R. Kelly, you flew Azriel from point A to point B. You flew Faye from point A to point B. And you was flying other people from point A to point B just to have sex with them. So it's cool when R. Kelly fly people from point A to point B and not even to have sex with them to go to a show. But it's not cool. But it's always cool when Diddy do it just to have freak offs. This is why I say the hypocrisy of these two trials. And that's why I'm really going, because I want to look some people in the face and I'm going to say, and I'm going to tell them, you're a hypocrite. Because y'all was screaming, lock R. Kelly up, boycott R. Kelly. But now y'all turn around talking about something, free Diddy. And Diddy charges is way worse than R. Kelly. But watch this. Why was Diddy charges watered down and R. Kelly's was manifested? These are the things that they don't want to talk about. See, I want to talk about all this. And I don't mind getting in front of the public to talk about it. Oh, R. Kelly is a pedophile, though. R. Kelly had little girls. Well, didn't they say Diddy had little girls in the little tunnels? Uh-oh. Ain't that what they said, that Diddy had little girls in the tunnels? That Diddy was help trafficking little girls? But what happens when the government and the judge, well, let's see what happened when the judge got a hold of what the government tried to say R. Kelly was doing, right? Check it. The only possible amyloidering is that he didn't, apparently, intend to traffic the tapes. He certainly was horrendously negligent in how he kept them. As I remember, I think Lisa Van Allen said that she found them in, I guess, a backpack sitting on the floor. And so she just helped herself to them, which we found out was a lie. And that started out a rather Keystone Cop kind of operation in which these tapes spread out throughout through the country. And Kelly's minions spent hundreds of thousands. Listen, Kelly's minions, not R. Kelly, but Kelly's minions spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and effort trying to get them back. Not R. Kelly, but Kelly's minions spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and effort trying to get them back. They were obviously unable to do so. This was not prepubescent sex child porn. The judge wrote this. This was not prepubescent sex child porn, which is a particular type. And there is blank blank, as I understand it, based upon Dr. Deit's report, that Mr. Kelly is not a pedophile. Uh-oh. So I'm going to pause there. Why do us, the black people, the niggas, continue to call R. Kelly a pedophile? When the judge, who was there every day, being biased as hell and being broad as hell, put the truth in a report and did it in small form because he know us black people, us niggas ain't going to go read. And if we do go read, a lot of us niggas ain't going to understand it. That's why he wrote it that way. So where's the underage girls? Where was the underage girls? Now watch what he say. But again, these tapes got out there. So the tapes got out there because somebody went in his bag, his privacy and violated his privacy, so he got to suffer the consequences. Watch this. And you telling me that R. Kelly is sitting behind somebody else that violated him, but Diddy ain't going to sit when he violated multiple people? And that's why I say what I say. You don't have to beef with people to get the facts out there. You just got to know how to go get the facts and know how to present them and stand on truth. And for y'all that say, Jigga Man this, y'all don't go nowhere, because I got a bombshell for Jigga Man. In New York, what did y'all say? R. Kelly married Aaliyah at the age of 15, right? If that's the case, the judge wouldn't have been able to write that Mr. Kelly is not a pedophile. So all that underage stuff goes out the window because they were debunked. A real problem is R. Kelly tapes got out there and it caused a firestorm throughout the world. And they had to make an example to us niggas that want to be in the entertainment industry so bad. So what do? They took the one man that can single-handedly take music and reform it, reshape it into something that they didn't want it to do. Why? I said it before and I say it again. R. Kelly is about love. When you listen to an R. Kelly song and you go in the bathroom or bedroom with your significant other, 9 times out of 10, you're going to reproduce. They trying to stop reproduction. That's why they pushing gay marriage. And Dana, don't go there. Them boys going to get mad at you. That's why they pushing gay rights and trying to say, if you're heterosexual, something's wrong with you because you're not accepting them, they, there, us, woo, 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 we, there. No, we ain't doing that. And then it says, and that's the nature of the circumstance of the offense. And it's horrendous. And everybody agrees with that. And it's deserving a very, very serious consequence to Mr. Kelly. Hold on. If having freak-offs is normal, if drugging people is normal, if they only showed that Diddy just have a high sex drive, right? Then what is having sex with your wife and another chick and putting it on tape, and then another chick steals it and sells it? Is that normal too? And you can't demonize one and uphold the other. Is that normal too? Then it says, now the history and characteristics that both sides have gone into. Miss Bonjean points out that he had a fatherless childhood and he was raised in poverty, alcoholism in the family. He was subject to what has been blank blank a nice euphemism. Adverse childhood experiences, another word for sex abuse. He is marginally illiterate. He has a learning disability. His education is minimum. But contrast to that, he's a musical genius. Thank you so much, LeBeryl. I appreciate you for the 20 piece. I need 9 more people to drop something. Come on. 9 more people to drop something. So I have a question. I'm pointing out the facts. And I appreciate anybody and everybody that donate. I'm pointing out the facts. This is why I've been deemed the receipt man. I'm pointing out the facts. And the facts that I'm pointing out is y'all want to let Diddy slide on the baby oil he brought in. But y'all want to demonize R. Kelly for having sex. Oh, Cassie a liar. Cassie knew what she was getting herself in. Oh, but you gotta believe Rashona. Cassie is a liar. Cassie wanted to do the freak off. Oh, but you gotta believe Azriel the second time when she flipped. Don't believe nothing she said the first time when she was loving Kels and Kels first got locked up. Believe what she was programmed to say the second time. Cassie is a liar. She could have left at any time. Oh, but you gotta believe Geronda was held captive and she had to leave out in the middle of the night to jump over the fence, a 10-foot fence, to run down the street with no shoes and no coat to her uncle's house to get his shoes and coat, to come back and jump back over the 10-foot fence and get back in R. Kelly's bedroom. Wait a minute. And R. Kelly was in South Africa. I appreciate you so much, Galatians. I need 8 more people. Let's go. And we're going to get this work. Oh, wait a minute. R. Kelly gotta touch underage girls. But there was no underage girls in sight. Wait, R. Kelly a pedophile. But he dealing with women that's 30, 40, 50, 20, 19, 18. But hold on. Diddy need to be free because he having free golfs with 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's what the script. And he's screwing men. I appreciate you so much, Darlene. Appreciate you so much. Now I need 7 more people. Let's go. So at the end of the day, I'm pointing out factual points because you can't say free you can't say lock R. Kelly up and free Diddy. You can't. Now, we gonna go to school. R. Kelly was abused sexually. Y'all demonize R. Kelly and his mama, but y'all uphold Diddy and his mama. And word on the curb is Miss Janice was doing some crazy things around Diddy, allegedly. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just know what was said. So are we going to play with this? Or are we going to be really trying to make a movement with this? If we're going to free Diddy, you got to free Kelly. And that's my stance. And I'm going to stand 10 toes on that. If we're going to free Diddy, we got to free Kelly. And a lot of y'all that's saying free Diddy was saying crucify R. Kelly. And I'm calling today cap. And I'm calling to tell y'all that y'all are hypocrites. Now watch this. We're going to talk about, oh no, R. Kelly pissed on a girl. They said R. Kelly pissed on a girl. But you got videos of Diddy pissing on multiple girls and multiple men. And yet y'all still saying free Sean Combs. My question is why? If Diddy did everything that Kelly was supposed to have done ×2, why y'all saying free Diddy and y'all were screaming lock up R. Kelly? Why? If you really want to get buck with it, R. Kelly is marginally illiterate. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you so much. I need 6 more people. Thank y'all so much. R. Kelly is marginally illiterate. What do that mean? He can't read or write. He got dyslexia. You know what I mean? I'm about to get there, Darlene. He has a learning disability. His education is minimum. Diddy went to Harvard, one of the top prestige HBCUs out there. Now, I'm glad I got some opposition in here because Jay Bennett said R. Kelly pissed on a 14-year-old. There's no proof that says that. And Jay Bennett, you've been running with lies for years, for 6 years. There's no proof that says that. And like I told y'all once before, I broke down the whole synopsis tree. The person they claimed that R. Kelly was pissing on, that wasn't even Rob. And that damn sure wasn't Rashona. I showed y'all how they copied and pasted and put everything together through the dark room lens. I appreciate you again, Lance. I need 5 more people. Y'all can donate anything. But as Darlene said, Dana, I was watching some of the previous trial and what they were saying that went down and pissing in the mouth. I was so sick. Diddy was pissing in people's mouths. And all of y'all are quiet. Oh, wait. Here's where I'm going to go there now. Where's Me Too? Where's Time's Up? Where's Color Change? Where's Team Truth? Where's Oak Cove? See, I call you niggas out. And the reason why I can do it is because I was in the field battling y'all from day one. Now, all them other motherfuckers are distractions. Thank you so much, Blue Bella. I appreciate the 5-piece. And you said, oh, this is what you said. Hold on. Let me get there. You said okra. You said okra and Gail and Kale ain't saying one word because they've been at the party with Dilla. Please say that again. I'm glad I put that up there. Okra and Kale ain't say one word because they've been at the party with Dilla. I appreciate you, Judah. Judah said, what did TLC see when they bust into Clive's office with Puff in there? Ooh. Thank you for the 20-piece, Judah. Judah said, what did TLC see when they bust into Clive's office with Puff in there? Was Puff taking that? Or was Clive saying, yeah, get that? Make this make sense. Make this make sense. This is what y'all not understanding. And for the people that sit back and say, well, Dana, you wrong for that. You wrong. I'm going to close that out. And for people that say, Dana, you wrong for that. Diddy is innocent. Diddy ain't do what they said he did. Watch what I'm about to do. If the government didn't put the RICO in there, if they didn't solve it, which they did, I'm about to solve it right now for you. If you think I'm lying, go to P. Diddy and Keisha Cole's song Last Night that was produced by Diddy and Mario Winans. Uh-oh. Hey, Mama Mary, I'm sorry, but I got to get a little cuckoo tonight. It's track number 17 on Press Play album. Right? So the chorus, Diddy say, last night, I couldn't even get an answer. I tried to call, but my pride wouldn't let me down. And I'm sitting here with this blank expression. And the way I feel, I want to curl up like a child. And then he say, I know you can hear me. I know you can feel me. I can't live without you. God, please make me better. I wish I wasn't the way I am. How were you? God, please make me better. I wish I wasn't the way I am. Now watch this. I know people like, Dana, what is that proving? Let's scroll all the way down. Let's scroll all the way down, right? Scroll all the way down. Let's go to the spoken outro. He say, hello. Hey, what's up? I've been trying to reach you all night. That shit ain't funny. Not picking up the motherfucking phone. Better stop fucking playing with a nigga's feelings like that. You know how much I love you, right? But for them couple of seconds though, when I couldn't get in touch with you, I'm ready to come over your house and shoot that motherfucker up. You fucking dumb bitch. You better fucking not be there when I get over that house. That's really how it goes down, right? So the question is, who was he talking about? And it's in black and white. So who was he talking about? Judah, I appreciate it. I was just waiting to see how long it's going to take you to clip the dummy. So who was he talking about? Could have been Gina. Could have been Misha. Could have been Cassie. That's the RICO right there. Not only did you make money off of freak-offs, but you brought a substance into freak-offs that got you notoriety by other people because they had the same addiction that you had. I have a question. If Young Thug and everybody else is getting prosecuted off of lyrics, why can't Diddy? Why can't Diddy? Stop whining. It felt good to be over here, didn't it? I already know who you are. Sometimes you got to stop adding email addresses, okay? It's okay. But I know you felt good being over here again. I know. But the only difference is you ain't getting that first lady title no more. I'm sorry. I never meant to cause you no pain. I'm sorry if you felt like I played with your mind. I'm sorry. I apologize. Silly rabbit. Tricks off of kids. So when you have a person that's doing this and dropping stuff like this, do it make sense to say this person is expressing musical art with talking about shooting up somebody's house and they better not be there? That's the same thing he told Cassie when she was dating Kid Cudi. But you know what they say? Cassie could have got away. She wasn't a victim. So how Cassie not a victim, but Faith Rogers is a victim? How Cassie not a victim, but Azriel is a victim? Since we got Aaliyah on the brain, I'm going to go deep. How Cassie not a victim, but JoJo is a victim and she never slept with R. Kelly? And you know what I heard today? I heard a replay of something and somebody said, this is why you don't listen to people. Somebody said, R. Kelly is not as big as Diddy. Diddy crossed all genres and R. Kelly is just R&B. When I heard that, I said, from this day forth, I'm vetting everybody that want to say, Dana J, I want to rock with you. I got to vet with you. I got to vet you. Because some of the same people that said that were the same people that was rocking with me in the beginning saying, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. The whole time they were saying, persecute R. Kelly in silence. Not just those lyrics. Because we know how Diddy get down. Keisha Cole say, why don't you pick up the phone and dial my number? And call me up, baby. I'm waiting on you. Why don't you pick up the phone and dial up my number? Just call me. Just call me up, baby. I'm waiting on you. And then Diddy say, oh, that's when that last night I couldn't even get an answer. Come on, man. Come on. But we want to say free Diddy. Now, I got a question to ask. They said R. Kelly was messing with Aaliyah when she was 14. There's no proof in that. That's because you've seen them together. Aaliyah, last words from the grave, before she even went to the grave, she said, me and Robert were just friends. I told y'all, he loved her because she was teaching him how to read and write. Not Drea, but Aaliyah was teaching him how to read and write. Drea just stole the shine because Aaliyah is no longer here to shine. But who had something to do with Aaliyah passing? Because it wasn't just Clive by itself. So let's look at. Hold on. Ayanda, I'm live. All right, I'm going to call you after this. So what Celeb Scoop say is Aaliyah's close friend confirmed she was pregnant with Jay-Z's child, shares DNA and ultrasound evidence. Stop. Could that be the reason why Jay-Z and Dame Dash really fell out? A shocking revelation has emerged from Aaliyah's close confidant, who has confirmed that the late R&B star was pregnant with hip-hop mogul Jay-Z's child before her tragic death in 2001. Now, this ain't Dana saying this. This is the Celeb Scoop post. The friend whose identity has been withheld for privacy reasons, shared compelling evidence on social media, including a DNA test and ultrasound images, to back up the claim. The post, which quickly went viral, shows an ultrasound image purportedly of Aaliyah's pregnancy, along with a DNA report that reportedly links Jay-Z to the unborn child. According to the friend, Aaliyah's pregnancy was kept private at the time, and she and Jay-Z were in the early stages of a romantic relationship. But I thought she was with Dame. Could that be the reason why Dame really hate Jay? Uh-oh. The friend claims that Aaliyah had been planning to publicly announce the pregnancy before her untimely passing in a plane crash at the age of 22. The shocking, wait a minute. She was 22 when she passed. I ain't even gonna get into it. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. The shocking new information has reignited discussions surrounding Aaliyah's personal life and relationships, as well as her secretive romance with Jay-Z, which was largely kept under wraps during her career. While rumors of a relationship between the two have circulated for years, no official acknowledgement had ever been made by either party. The post has sparked a wave of reactions online, with fans and celebrities expressing disbelief and sympathy, while others are questioning the authenticity of the claims. Some are skeptical of the DNA and ultrasound evidence, demanding further verification, while others are praising the friend for revealing the truth after so many years. Jay-Z has yet to comment on the revelation, and it remains unclear how this information might impact his legacy or his relationship with Aaliyah's family. The news also raises questions about the nature of Aaliyah's untimely death and whether this information changes the narrative around her life and career. For now, fans and the media are eagerly awaiting any further statements from those involved as the story continues to unfold. But then you look up and you see pictures like this. But nobody's questioned the so-called man, Hove. Nobody's questioning Sean Carter. They really didn't want to question Sean Combs. But you question Robert Kelly. And right here, Aaliyah wasn't 22. I know that for a fact. This picture right here, she was 16. I'm going to say it again. This picture right here, she was 16. And to really put something out there, Hype Williams ain't had nothing to do with it, because Hype told Aaliyah, don't get on that plane. That was from Hype Mouth himself. I'm just saying. That was from Hype's mouth himself. But she was pressured to get on by her uncle. With that being said, last but not least, we're going to jump into this Diddler situation. And I'm going to take you back because I missed a couple days. So I'm going to take you back just a couple days with an inner city press. He said, I think the odds of Combs testifying are low. I think the odds of Combs testifying are low. But people said that about Sam Bankman Fred too. I think if when the government rests and his lawyers put on whatever witnesses they have, he doesn't feel his story, how he sees himself, he's been told he might. Trial suspended by guilty plea is unlikely unless the prosecutors suddenly felt they were blowing it. It is notable that there is a different U.S. attorney for SDNY now that when the case was indicted. Well, the HSI special agent did testify about, and the jury was shown photos of a strangely large number of bottles of lubricant in a hotel room, as well as drugs that, when tested, they said were ketamine and MDMA. Hold on. But didn't somebody get on Shank Rock channel last night and say there was no drugs in the baby oil? But the HSI special agent testified and said it was, because they had to test it. It was brought up as a precedent of how to do a jury instruction. AUSA cited what Judge Stein did in the did in the Senator Mendez trial, he would just turn to the jury and say, not for its truth, just like my last instruction, gold bar book. Okay, let's pass that. Okay, let's pass that. Okay, pass the Trump stuff. Come on, pass that. Okay, bring it back. Well, Judge Submarinian told Don Richard after dismissing the jury on Friday, Ms. Richard, can you leave the stand at this time? And we'll see you back here on Monday. Live tweeted threads will continue tomorrow, week 1. Then it says, no, there was no Prince audio played in the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial last week. Though apparently some YouTube channel claimed that Inner City Press, unsupported, reported it. Both claims are false. What was said in week 1 ebook. So let's hear what he had to say.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Monday, May 19th, 2025. Now we're heading in for the second week of U.S. versus Sean Combs, the Diddy trial. We covered the first week in great detail. In fact, for reasons that I'll explain in a moment, we put out everything that we could about it in an ebook that you can find on Google Play. I'm also tweeting links to it, also in audiobook format. But it's turned out to be, I'll get into why. We did the first book in the series on Amazon, and then there were some, I guess they think the case is too controversial. It seems strange because it's all over the world. But we switched platforms for at least this case. And you can find what we said. And the reason, upcoming, let's stick to the facts. Upcoming this week, there's Don Richard, but there's also going to be, after that, Cassie Ventura's friend, Kerry Morgan will testify, then David Jones, then Sheree Hayes, Regina Ventura, Jordan Atkinson, and Gerard Ganon. And you can, of course, Google all of those people, but they'll be over the next 2 days, maybe even into Wednesday, according to the prosecutors. Now, one of the reasons that we put out the thing on Google Play is that as social media, I guess, works these days, people just did a pure fake. Initially, it was saying that Inner City Press had reported somehow that Nicki Minaj had told Cassie to stay with Sean Combs. That's totally false. Her name, it only came, that was false. So some people have said I should do more. All I can say is that we tweeted a notice that it was false. I became aware this morning that someone had reported that what they called UN-supported Inner City Press and claimed that there was a Prince audio. No, there was not audio by somebody called, was Sujit, who's not Prince. And who Cassie Ventura was saying, I'll kill you if you don't give me the video of the freak-off back. So that was false. So for that reason, we've decided to put it all in one place. If it's not in the ebook on Google Play, we're not reporting that it happened. Let's put it that way. So we're heading in. It should be, I'm about to get to the courthouse. I see already the media throngs, but there are, of course, other cases, believe it or not. For example, Nadine Menendez, the wife of Senator Robert Menendez. Sorry for all the wind. It's pretty windy here in New York. It actually blew a Mexican Navy training ship into the Brooklyn Bridge. But you've heard that. Nadine Menendez has gotten a final delay of her sentencing to September 11th. Another criminal. This is maybe relevant. I mean, it's incredible. A guy called Mark Scott, convicted of money laundering for the crypto fraud OneCoin, was convicted at trial in 2019 and is still not gone to jail. He got bail pending appeal. He's now lost all of his appeals, and he still wants to stay out. So we're covering this one because while we're compassionate for any kind of health issues, this man was convicted of a massive fraud in 2019. Not a day in jail. And I'm telling you, poorer people are in jail pending trial. So is Sean Combs, who's not poor. But I guess it's the violence angle. But in any event, what else do we got? Charlie Javis. Now, there's someone with money. She sold her fintech called Frank, who's to help people fill out their FAFSA, sold it for massive dollars to JP Morgan Chase, who didn't kick the tires, and it turns out that she didn't have the subscribers that she claimed to have, and she was convicted, but she wanted a new trial. Well, the government over the weekend turned in a 120-page brief opposing the new trial. So we're on that. We also cover the United Nations. They don't answer our questions. We were actually ousted. That was the irony of being the UN-supported UN. We're not UN-supported. In fact, our aggressive reporting on the UN led them, because they're not covered by the First Amendment, ousting us from there, but we continue to send them questions and they don't answer them, including about a case here in the Southern District in which the UN is being sued for its role in October 7th.
So it says, Combs Agnifalo, I'm going to defer to Ms. Westmoreland on the other witness. Combs Westmoreland, Mr. Richard claims that Mr. Combs assaulted Ms. Ventura right in front of her. These other alleged threats are nowhere near in close proximity to an alleged assault. Combs Agnifalo. This is becoming a sort of bad act free fall. Assault is just not one of the racketeering acts. AUSA Slavic, this is relevant to the means and methods of the enterprise. The chef is identified as a victim of forced labor. Uh-oh. Right there. That's going to send Diddy to jail. That forced labor. Combs, Westmoreland. Isn't it true the first time you said this was a week ago? Would you like me to show you your previous interviews? Don Richard, I know what I said. Westmoreland, you said Mr. Combs made a death threat, one that you didn't recall 7 times. Westmoreland said, let's do to your interview. I think it said, let's go to your interview on March the 18th, 2025. You did not say anything about Mr. Combs told you. People go missing. Don Richard, I don't recall that. Westmoreland, no worries. I'm going to show you your document for the parties only, page 5. Nickname of a person who Don Richard testified sold drugs to Sean Combs and his entourage. Ooh, they keep saying he got an entourage. That's going to be hell. Ooh, who or what is One Stop? Okay. Don Richard's civil lawsuit includes charges of forced labor. I believe that's why she just answered as to no sleep. Whew. AUSA, did Cassie drink? Carrie Morgan said, not much. AUSA, any drugs? Carrie Morgan, none. AUSA said, what was she doing for work? Carrie Morgan said, modeling. Then she recorded Me and You. AUSA, when did you learn they were dating? Morgan, 2007. Do you see him here? Carrie Morgan said, yes. They're in a yellow sweater. Let the record reflect the witness had identified defendant Sean Combs. Why are you here? Morgan said, I got a subpoena. Where did you live with Cassie? In Manhattan. Did he docket? Judge's order to file, but only docketed on delay. And Sean Combs trial filings every weekend, but Judge Summerian docketed as ordered, including that by 10 p.m. each Sunday and every trial day, the parties are required ordered here. Oof. Diddy filings, da. Let's see what Matt had to say with this one. Let's go.
Okay, here we are. Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, in the Southern District of New York. Courthouse. We're halfway through day 6 of U.S. versus Sean Combs. On the stand in the morning, Dawn Richard, previously of Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money. She testified, as she had on Friday, about witnessing violence against Cassie Ventura, etc. Then on cross, they switched it up. They brought in their new lawyer from Georgia, the 9th member of the dream team for Sean Combs, Nicole Westmoreland, straight off the YSL trial down in Atlanta. And I have to say, she went hard at Dawn Richard. She questioned her about her 3500 material, interviews that she'd done with the government in which she hadn't said that she saw the alleged assault, that she hadn't, various inconsistencies. I mean, it's very hard to tell the same story exactly the same way, but she really highlighted for the jury some inconsistencies in the various tales. But Dawn Richard, to her credit, said like things she remembered more the more she thought about it. There were also questions about her civil suit, and that she had a monetary message. Next witness, and still on the stand as when we go in after the break, Carrie Morgan, the best, quote unquote, best friend of Cassie Ventura, although she hasn't spoken to her since 2018 when Sean Combs assaulted Carrie Morgan. She ran through various violent incidents, including one in Jamaica in which she said Cassie Ventura had been dragged by the hair, and she, Carrie Morgan, and Sean Combs both got on golf carts and went in different directions looking for her. There's going to be some cross. I think it's going to be done by Agnifilo. We'll see how it goes. Some are saying that maybe Westmoreland should have done the cross of Cassie. This is it's not without just saying in terms of how it was done. It was done in quite an aggressive way, and we'll just have to see. Now, in last week, Inner City Press, we filed an application saying that there's far too much not going into the docket. Every morning, the lawyers argue and talk about what they put in overnight to the judge, and none of it's in the docket. So we filed it. Nothing was said until today. Judge Sermanian said, we have an application from the press that everything should be docketed, everything that you've done so far, redacted as necessary, and file it next Tuesday. What, in 8 days? And thereafter, once a week. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. I guess the idea is that it's delayed so that they can redact things, but I haven't seen such a delay on docketing, so we'll just have to see. We might have to file again, but for now, we have to go back in. We've put up an ebook. It's on Google Play for reasons that I've explained elsewhere, and we're going to keep doing that every week. That'll be a kind of a fact check of people that claim that things were said, and sometimes even attributed to us falsely. In any event, we're not onwards and upwards. We're going back in for the afternoon session. Inner City Press, to be continued.
Okay. So Inner City Press doing that thing. Combs, Agnifilo said, then you were both in New York City. Carrie Morgan, I stayed downtown. She moved to Harlem. Have you ever met Kim Porter? Yes, probably at a concert. Was Cassie ever jealous? Yes. Jury, wait a minute. Okay, jury entering. USA, no further questions for Miss Morgan. Judge Cross. Agnifilo said, you were Miss Ventura's best friend since 2004. Carrie Morgan, actually 2001. We met waiting at the Polaroids we met waiting for the Polaroids to develop. I was living in Buffalo. She was in Connecticut. Okay. So here's the order. Hold on. Okay, that's the order for Trump. We're going to go past that. Okay. David James. I asked her, why didn't you leave? She said, Sean controls my life, my music, and he pays for my apartment. Let's stop there for a second. For people that was saying, oh, Cassie got her own apartment. She did have her own apartment to a certain extent. Diddy was paying for the apartment. So even though he might not have been there, he was still there and he controlled the situation, which is what? The same thing they said about R. Kelly. Diddy used his fame to control Cassie. He used his popularity to control Cassie. Ain't that's what they said about Rob? They said Rob used his fame and popularity and his music and spotlight to control everybody else. So if Diddy get out of that, that means Rob need to get out of that. See what I'm saying now? Where is Oak Cove? You know what? See, I can't even say Atmos because he said he wasn't part of them. Where's Tears? Where's Keep? Where they at? Because they stand for black women, right? They stand for justice and they stand for black women. They stand for all women. But like I said before, they don't. They only stood for what they was brought in to fight for. And that was the fight against R. Kelly. Why? I don't know. Judah, that's a call that's going to go unanswered. I said it once and I say it again. People don't want to have this conversation. So AUSA said, did Mr. Combs have girlfriends then? David James said Kim Porter, Sarah, Tara, Yana, and Cassie. What was your first conversation with Cassie? We were on Star Island. Carrie Morgan was there too. Cassie said the lifestyle is crazy. Wait, there's more. Combs Agafillo, MDC Brooklyn makes us end VCT calls at 6 p.m. We need more. Ending at 3 p.m. helps. If you can extend it, judge put a letter on the docket. Yes, do. Pause. Hold the hell up. When Greenberg and Doug Anton were saying that they needed more time with Rob when he was in the MDC, didn't they say they can't extend time? Even though the judge told them to? So why is they extending time for Sean Combs at the MDC? If y'all ain't getting to the point that I'm trying to make so far, something wrong. And the point that I'm making is what you do for one, you got to do for the other. Why are you extending Sean Combs extra time with his lawyers and when y'all denied R. Kelly extra time for his? Even when the judge said, oh yeah, y'all can get more time, the warden said no. That's one of the reasons why the lawsuit was put in against the DOJ. Judge, we'll break for the day. If like and can, please support Inner City Press. Okay, US versus Sean Combs, week 2 begins with the judge ruling on scope of Don Richards' testimony. Then Carrie Morgan, Inner City Press covering. Diddy trial, May the 16th, and Sean Combs trial, Don Richard grilled on cross. Then Carrie Morgan on golf cart and personal assistant, Inner City Press story. Okay. Judge, I ordered him released today with a week to find 3 co-signers on a $50,000 unsecured bond. Federal defender. Can I have 10 days for my paralegal? Judge, yes, story. I don't know what story that is. Something about ICE. Now, in SDNY magistrates courts on a defendant and a legal, I know, talking about that. Nope. With U.S. versus Combs now ending at 3 p.m., I am able to run and cover cases I'm already reporting on, like this one. Kenneth Leach II, former CIO of Franklin Swamco, charged with securities fraud, investment advisor fraud, etc. worth $600 million. Jesus. That's Kenneth Leach. Okay. Let's see. Diddy docket from exhibits during testimony of Don Richards. Here's Diddy Dirty Money right here. Okay. So with this going on, I know Kalina is going to be called in to testify for Diddy. And I think they shouldn't allow Kalina to testify. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Kalina is married to Diddy's best friend here in Atlanta. And word on the curb is he be beating on Kalina as well. So this might be a forced testimony. The lawyers have been told not to give speaking objections with the reasoning just to object. If Judge Submarinian has a doubt about the basis, he'll ask, perhaps at sidebar. That's why you're mostly not seeing reasons. Okay, cool. In fairness to the courts, they ban speaking objections. Is that otherwise? Lawyers use lengthy objections to make arguments to the jury. That's why they try to foresee objections and overnight filings, and why they should be docketed. Cool. Thanks. It seems Judge Submarinian usually understands the basis of the objection and rules. If he doesn't understand, he asks grounds. And here's the short version. Hearsay assumes facts, not in evidence, etc. That said, doesn't dock it enough fast enough. Okay, cool. Okay, hold on. What was this? What was that? I don't know what that was. But let's scroll down to where we was at. Okay. All right, let's get to today. Vlog, May the 21st, U.S. versus Sean Combs. Nah, I want to finish up 20. I want to finish up some things. Yeah, let's get a 20. I want to finish up 20. Okay. I want to finish 20. I don't want to skip. Um, 20 seemed like a busy day. We got there. Okay, no, we didn't do this one. Let's start here.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. Now, we're going back in for the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial, day 7. Day 7, we're with the personal assistant on the stand. The chef is coming up, also the mother of Cassie Ventura. Now, we're covering in great detail, and you can find it on various platforms, and including we did a week 1 ebook that's available on Google Play. You can find it. But yesterday, in terms of the procedure and the openness of the trial, we have this development to report. Last week on Thursday, I filed into the docket a letter to say that too much is not going into the docket, that every morning the lawyers come in and say what we filed overnight, Your Honor, and he issues rulings. Well, the way it works is that these are judicial documents. Anything that's submitted to a judge, particularly in a criminal case, but even in civil litigation, this is supposed to be public. And so he basically he said, we've received an application from the press, that's Inner City Press, and he directed them to, I guess, spend a week redacting the things they've been filing in the first part of the case so that next Tuesday they put them in. That's a week from today, and he said thereafter do it once a week. I don't know. First of all, that's on too much of a delay. And number two, I could see that sliding. He didn't say on which day of the week to do it, how to do it on a rolling basis. And so it seems like a setup for a problem. So there may have to be other filings, but at least we've gotten to first base. So we're leading off first, and we may try to steal second. Not steal second, we deserve second. So I actually just did I don't know, somebody else's podcast at greater length about this. And it did make me think that, one, Combs may be calling in the Georgia duo of Steele and Westmoreland more often because they seem to take a more aggressive approach. And, just looking at it in terms of strategy, if you didn't plead guilty, it's because you think the witnesses are lying. And if you think the witnesses are lying, you should ask them if you can, are you lying? Why is your story so different? Now, it happens all the time. People speak to the government a number of times, and the stories aren't always exactly the same. And it can be explained away, but if there's too many differences, this is what a cross-examination is supposed to focus on, not a bunch of reading back years and years of emails. Just a critique. Let me move to another SDNY case. There's a number of them, and we do our best, especially now that the trial ends at 3, to run and cover them. Yesterday there was a white-collar criminal called.
So here we go. AUSA Slavic. Did you ever pick up drugs for Mr. Combs? David James said yes. Percocets at a pharmacy. Sometimes in my name. AUSA, did you give him permission to use your name? I don't recall that. Woody made that famous. I don't recall. AUSA, was there a drug dealer? Yes, one stop. Slavic said, what about the other person? He was about 5'8" with long hair. and a large endowment. He scurried away. Did you ask anything? I wasn't hired to ask about their personal affairs. David James said, once Capricorn Clark had to take a lie detector to prove she wasn't part of a heist of Mr. Combs' jewelry. AUHC Slavic said, was there an incident at Mel's Diner with Suge Knight? Yes, I drove the Silver Navigator to get the cheeseburger there. AUSA Slavic said, did this happen again? Yes, when Mr. Combs said a watch of his had been stolen. What was the result? The gentleman told me. I seemed nervous. I said, sure I am. And here's the following right here. Notice of attorney appearance, Jonathan Bach appearing for Sean Combs. Whoa. Excuse me. Now Diddy have a 10th member of his legal team. Jonathan Bach, husband of Alexander Shapiro, already on the team. Inner City Press covered his work in the Trump SPAC trial. Oh boy. Combs Agnifilo. He had security because people wanted to touch him, right? Yes, in the airport and McDonald's. Was he gracious? I don't think gracious is a word I'd use for Sean Combs. Did he sign autographs? No. Ooh. It was important that he be prepared for these meetings, right? Yes. It was important that he be on time. No. We change meetings to fit his schedule all the time. When he didn't want to show up at a certain time. Now here's the letter that was docketed by Inner City Press. Diddy docket asked and answered sort of on May the 15th. Inner City Press challenged the number of judicial documents not being made public. And the docket just now, Judge Submarinian memorialized his oral ruling of yesterday. Okay, cool. AUSA, in your book, do you write about your time with Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura? This is Sheree Hayes. Yes, I call them a married wealthy couple. How long is it? Sheree Hayes said 6 pages out of 186. I sensationalized it. I wanted it to be enjoyable, highs and lows. What did you think would happen next? I was worried I would not be used again. I hadn't done my job. He has said, I want to see you F her. F her. And I couldn't. Are you writing a book? Yes. Self-help about my ED, which means erectile dysfunction. It's advice. Thank you so much for your hard work and excellent reporting. As surprise witness sent me. I just subscribed to your ex. Okay, cool. Let's see. After review of 2-star island floor plan, AUSA, what did you find here? Agent Gannon said parts of an AR-15 rifle, sex toys, and Astroglide. Photos of guns shown to jury. These magazines were loaded with bullets. What do these show? Agent Gannon said a serial number have been cut out. That's illegal. Uh-oh, that's illegal. Judge, break for the day. Okay. Let's turn to 2 more exhibits. What are these, Agent Gannon? The ammunition we found? And these platform high heels? How high are they? 7 inches? This may be a good place to break for the day. Oh, man. Yeah, I would have said the same thing. It's time to break for the day. 7 inches high heel? No, no. Less time to end. Okay. Let's see. Diddy docket not dismissed. Suing Sean Combs for 2022 rape in Miami. Anthony Tate gave his name defeated. Oh, Judge Clapp. On May the 20th, Judge Kaplan denied the motion to dismiss, reciting Anthony Tate here claims Sean Combs drugged and sodomized him. Whoa. Let's pause. In the R. Kelly case, they lied and said it was men that Rob was messing with, right? And people ran with that. But they said Rob had sex with men, which we all know that's not true. And people ran with that. But for Diddy, it's been said that Sean Combs drugged and sodomized the man. And yet y'all Negroes are quiet. I wonder why. Why y'all quiet? And for all y'all haters that wanted to jump in the chat and talk and think y'all gonna get 5 minutes of fame, y'all go and hit that like button. That's what y'all can do. Y'all can hit that like button while you watching from the lawn. You know what I mean? While you watching from the lawn. EJ said, who was Negroes then? All of the Negroes, but that sat back and said that Rob and was messing with men and was talking about Rob. That's who the Negroes are. Any more questions? Diddy docket not dismissed. Suing Sean Combs for 2022 rape in Miami. Anthony Tate gave his name. Now defeats dismissal. Case continues. Jesus Christ. So did he rape this man? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. In Sean Combs' trial, after Inner City Press won docketing order, U.S. on Don Hughes, but no Diddy filing. Too secret. Yeah, they trying to find a way to throw this case. They trying to find a way to throw this Diddy case. Rapper Jeezy Moolah charged with murder for hire. DOJ mulling death penalty. UN won't answer on scoops. Bans press. Ooh, Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Was a gun found in this suitcase? Gannon, yes, a 45. AUSA, hold the bullets up for the jury. No further questions. Judge Cross, the day of the search, you knew that Mr. Combs was leaving the country with his twin daughters. Objection, sidebar. So once again, DanaJay was right. And when Diddy got on that plane, when they searched his house, he was leaving. How do you know that this is the Astroglide and the baby oil that you seize? How many bottles are each? Gannon, 31 Astroglide, 25 baby oil bottles. AUSA, any other cell phones found? Gannon, yes. AUSA, BX 1301, page 3, paragraph 11. Combs, Tenny Girls. You found 6 people and kept them in handcuffs for an hour. Agent Gannon, no ma'am. There was one individual who wasn't happy with us and wasn't cooperating. So we kept him in handcuffs longer. Geragos, because he wasn't happy with the cuffs. Now watch this. Because he was connected to Diddy, they beefing about how long the police keep people in cuffs. But what about the regular folks that got to be kept in cuffs for no reason? Why ain't nobody arguing about that? But that's another story that people don't want to unpack. That's a whole nother story. Why do you say they trying to throw the case? Reason why I say they trying to throw the case is because everything is starting to go too secret. No, you already don't want cameras and stuff in a courtroom. So give people play-by-play so they can know what's going on. And from what I see, and you have bloggers that's in the courtroom that have their own interpretation of things. So if they hiding certain stuff to come out on a docket, what are they hiding in the transcripts? Just things that make you go, That's all. After sidebar, Combs, Teeny, Garagos, and planning the search, you knew that none of the targets of the investigation would be there. AUSA objection, judge overruled. Agent Gannon, the plan was to have him not there, but we had contingencies. Ooh. So the plan was for Puff not to be there, but he stayed there longer than he was supposed to. And with that being said, they already had a contingency plan for him. That's what they mean by contingencies. Dr. Dawn Hughes is a woman, but yeah, it's nice work if you can get it. AUSA Meltzer Steiner, what can be the role of sexual abuse? Dr. Hughes, it puts the victim in significant psychological fear. Why does it prevent leaving? Shame, degradation. They don't want to think about it. What is psychological violence? Intimidation, throwing things, telling you what you can do and where you can go. Defense, objection. Judge, hold on. I'm going to strike that last answer. I'm lost. Why would you strike that last answer? AUSA, what is psychological violence? Dr. Hughes said intimidation, throwing things, telling you what you can do and where you can go. That's part of the answer. So why is the defense objecting and why the judge is striking? This don't make sense. What did you do, Kaplan? Carried his bags, made such things where when he wanted them, as he trusted me more, he had me around more. I'd set up hotel rooms. How many hours a week? 80 to 100 hours a week? God. You was working 80 to 100 hours a week? A week? God damn. What was your next position? Kaplan said executive assistant to the chairman, Mr. Combs, from September 2014 to September 2015. Who did you report to? Miss Courtroom, KK? She essentially ran Mr. Combs' life. Where did you report? In LA? Oof, Jesus Christ. Wait, there's more. Agnefello said they proffered email. The proffered email chain is about Gina, and Gina is out of the case. She's not coming. That's what Agnefello said that represent Combs. Pause there for a second. Pause there for a second. Now, this right here can hurt Sean Combs. This can hurt Diddy. And if you want to know why, watch this. The proffered email chain is about Gina. And Gina is out of the case. She's not coming. Answer this question. How are you so confident that Gina's not coming? You must know that Combs sent some folks to get the Gina to threaten her to not to come. which falls into the RICO. Which the government or the state can say you made, or Mr. Combs dispatched some people to go after her so that way she won't testify. That brings the RICO. So everywhere you turn, even the lawyers are saying stuff that make it seem like there's a RICO. AUSA says she's in the indictment, just like they should have said. She's in the indictment. Agnifalo said they could get her here, and they're choosing not to. I'll submit a letter by 10 p.m. Hold on. How do you know that the AUSA can get her there, but not choosing to? Who are you working with, Agnifalo? For video not walking toward court, but sitting down, standing up for 30 minutes. Did this about filings not being docketed, cross-examination, and yes, a mention of ebooks. Here's from Law and Crime Network. I don't want to play nothing from them. I don't want to get struck. Okay. Let's see. Diddy docket name given Sean Combs was sued for rape in Hotel Rio. Now Sharika Sherrod gives name to move forward in SDNY and civil case. Inner City Press story. Oh, that's on Patreon. Okay. So that's all that was updated for the day. Now I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. Because this case is far more seditious than Rob's case. Y'all see the number up top. Y'all go ahead and call in. 404-914-7986. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about this thing. And remember, nobody's opinion is wrong. This is just your opinion. Oh, they already got her, bro. They already located Gina, but they got her already. So call in 404-914-7986. I want to hear from you. I want to see what's going on. Lexington, what's up? Exactly, Lexington. Here we go. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Hold on. And you live on the DanaJay show. And you live on the DanaJay show. Who's just calling?
What's going on, Chief? You sound a little like you're alien or something, dog.
Nah, man, it's you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Huh?
I said, yeah, that's you.
Everything. Yeah, I'm about to call back in, dog. You sound like an alien over there, bro.
I hang up, call back.
I call you right back.
Because you sound fine.
Huh?
And you sound fine.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still sound like an alien. You on speakerphone.
All right, then hang up, call back, because I'm on speakerphone.
I'm going to call you right back, dog.
All right. So call in. You just said Tupac would have had a field day with this. Seems like they wanted to throw the case on purpose. And old girl was working like Cash Jones. You live on the DanaJay show. How can I help you, caller?
What's going on with you? Now you clear.
that was your Obama phone.
Nah, that was your Trump phone. You'll never find. Boom, 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 boom.
All day, every day. But that's why we still winning, because that's all we do is win.
Hey, nah, not with them terrors y'all got going on, boy.
All we do is win, buddy.
I heard that.
So what you think about the case?
Well, I mean, you know, I've been checking out the case every day. Listen to the dude that you was reading the notes from. I follow him from in the morning all the way through, and then I get the excerpts from those that's in the courtroom that come outside the court and talk about what's happening. I think when I called you earlier, they was talking about the lady, was it the psychologist or who the heck the lady was that came in there and gave her testimony today. They found out that she was one-sided. She was only for the women. You know, everything she did was against men in these type of cases. So it's like she never sat down with Cassie, had any conversations with her about anything, none of that. So all she did was she sat down with the prosecutors 6 times before the case. And then she sat down with them 2 times after the case started. Basically, she just regurgitated everything that Cassie said in her testimony for 3 days last week.
Well, I'm gonna say this: her job was not to come and be on anybody's side. Her job was just to come and answer questions.
You missed it. You missed my point. Have you read the part from that yet?
Past that already.
So basically. Okay, so when they asked her what is her credentials, what is it that she do, and you giving this answer about your all that you've been able to successfully do or whatever have you, you paint the picture that you are a specialist, that you know what's going on. Now, from that standpoint, I'm like, wait a minute. If you're saying that you have to sit down with somebody to get an analysis of what they do, and you've never done that, you've never had no kind of conversation with this woman at all. I'm like, listen, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm not for no man putting their hands on a woman. That's just period, point blank. I have a daughter. You put your hands on mine, I'm gonna do. And it's gonna be the F word with the up behind it. I'm not even playing. So at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, when I sat there and I listened to everything going on, and like I said, I've been getting the testimony from different sides, different angles, as far as what people think and how they feel or whatever have you. And everybody is saying, pretty much everyone is saying the same thing. The prosecution is shooting themselves in the foot. In certain instances, it look like they're stacking up things to get them. But then when you have the defense that come in there and they're able to debunk a lot of this crap that they're putting out there, it just makes you wonder, like, what's really going on here? I mean, even down to, you was talking about the Homeland Security, they raided his house. They watched the man get on the plane and leave. The AR-15 that they had, it wasn't put together. But when they took the picture of the stuff was put together. All of that stuff was in a suitcase in the security shack. I'm like, guys, what are we doing here? I'm like, we've seen too many men, and there's some real women out here that have been in situations that should have these dudes strung up by their testes. And then, everybody just came out there with a mallet and just beat the hell out of them like there's a pinata hanging off a tree. That's how I feel about that. Or at the end of the day, how many men have been put away in jail based on people that's given testimony because they've been taught how to do this? That's what I was telling you earlier. I'm like, there are professionals that go into these courtrooms that's in these cases as professionals testifying. They don't even know nothing about the case. They just got the transcript of what's going on and they testifying. And then their testimony is being weighted as if this is the gospel. I'm like, bro, I said, when I sat there and heard that crap today, I said, wait a minute. They're trying to do their best to stack the deck with this crap. Even down to when you went in the closet of his home. You say y'all found all of this stuff in the closet, but the closet, according to the pictures y'all got set up, the closet wasn't even set up that way. I'm sitting like, wait a minute, what's really going on here? And it, even like you said, like a lot of this stuff is being redacted. I'm like, why? I'm like, listen, if it's going down the way y'all say it's going down, why is it being redacted? What's really going on here?
Now,
This whole bit with the workers, with the employees of his company. You're working. This man is running a multi-million-dollar business. This ain't no 8 to 5 business. The record business is not 8 to 5. We already know that. Record business is all day long. So you got this man do a business with Sean John. You got to do a business with the liquor company. You got to do a business with Bad Boy. You got all of this different stuff that's going on. Love Records, all of this crap that's going on. And even when I'm gonna say Don Richard or Don Richards, I'm like, for you to get on the stand and lie, no matter what you did, we knew they prepped you for testimony.
Did she lie?
Because everybody's coming in there, they're trying to regurgitate the same thing.
Did she lie?
That who? Don Richard? Bro, Don Richard just did an interview, was it a month ago? We ain't gonna mess around. We ain't gonna play with the homie like that. This man has taught me how to get out here and be a businesswoman. He taught me how to get out here and do this, this, and this, and this. Then you go in there in the courtroom, you say, well, I'm trying to, I was trying to help Kalani out because Kalani, her lights got turned off, trying to get dirty money back together again. Wait a minute. You was just going to be a judge on another Making the Band show that they're trying to put back together again. And it didn't take off. Oh, well, he kept me from doing music. How? You put music out, it didn't burn. That's just like Cassie. Cassie got out. She got a mixtape. She got the album, and she got songs with people that just, with hot artists that did numbers. But I'm like, y'all, let's be real here. Cassie is not a talented singer at all.
Now, look,
if Cassie can sing, I am daggone Prince.
Now let me help you with something.
And I know I can't sing, and I know damn well I don't look like him neither. Even with the chaps on walking around with the big boots.
Now let me help you out with something real. Let me help you out with something real quick.
Come on with it.
It's a such thing of being blackballed, right?
Why they gotta be black, dog?
So wait, because see, that's Diddy tactics. And this is why I don't like saying nothing. And because when you know how people get down and you know the back end of stuff. Am I saying Puff innocent? Hell no. Am I saying Puff shouldn't do no time? Hell no. My thing is this. I feel like what most people feel like. If you're going to prove your case, prove your case. Give him whatever. But at the end of the day, if you are blackballed in the industry, I don't care how fire your album is. It ain't going nowhere. Ask Cisco. Ask Jodeci. Go ahead. Let's keep it real. You see people with fire stuff that's not moving because they've been blackballed. And most people say, well, some of them can't sing. But they hella entertainers. Ask Maya. Ask Jaheim. Ask
Jaheim, that's a bad example.
Listen,
Jaheim was blackballed, dog.
Listen, you crazy.
How Jaheim was blackballed?
I know that for a fact.
Out like 5 albums.
Tommy Mottola blackballed him after the first album because he wouldn't sign to an extension. I know that factual.
Okay, so how many albums does Jaheim have out right now?
3. How many underground tapes he got? About 10.
Nah, we ain't talking about underground. How many albums does Jaheim have out right now?
About 10. I meant about 3. Let's take another person.
Nah, he got more than 3, dog.
Okay, watch this. How many albums have you heard of?
All right.
How many albums of Jaheim have you heard of?
Studio albums, he has 7. He got 1 compilation album, he got 18 singles.
No. Singles don't count as an album, bro.
I said, you heard what I said. I said 18 singles. I ain't say singles albums.
Single albums?
He has 7 studio albums.
Okay. Watch this.
He got Ghetto Love.
Wait.
Hold on. Still Ghetto Classics, The Making of a Man, Another Round, Appreciation Day, Struggle Love.
You're proving my point. He was blackballed.
How? And you making music, how you blackball?
Listen, you can make music all day, but if you blackball, ain't nobody gonna hear it.
So what?
That's why he started driving Uber.
Nah, dog. That don't even make sense.
Jesus Christ.
You
even when R. Kelly
was something.
Even when R. Kelly was blackballed and he had a fire album, you ain't hear it.
Which album was that?
That was the 12 play fourth quarter joint. And the one that and the one that Avant mysteriously was handed to record all the way through.
Nah.
So when you understand the industry, bro, and you saying nah,
listen, dog,
and because you never been there.
Okay, but wait. So you're saying, so let me ask this question. You're saying R. Kelly was blackballed.
Yes.
He wasn't allowed to put out studio. Bruh, I heard that 12 play fourth quarter album. That album was leaked.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's leaked. It wasn't in rotation.
I wasn't in rotation.
Huh?
Bro, them songs was played. Songs off that fourth quarter album was played here in Atlanta, bro.
No, it wasn't.
I
promise you it wasn't.
Those songs played. Listen, Frank Ski was playing that crap on his damn show, dog.
Frank Ski did not play none of 12 play fourth quarter.
Okay.
None. Not until Avant.
Okay.
Not until Avant came out with that Avant album. That's when you heard it.
What Avant got to do with R. Kelly? Avant took what album from R. Kelly?
Oh my God, Joe. This is what I mean when I say you don't know your history, bro. Go back and look at it.
You said, wait. You just said to me that
I'm telling you, and you trying to refute it.
Let me finish my statement.
Okay.
Let me finish my statement. You just said Jaheim got blackballed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here telling you, how you get blackballed? You got 7 albums out.
Nobody heard of them 7 albums.
Wait, hold on, wait. Let me shift it like this,
Mm-hmm.
because we started talking about Cassie not having, she couldn't sing. Back when Cassie came out, during that time, it was what? Pretty face music.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a pretty face and you can hold part of a note, guess what? You were that girl. You go ahead and did your thing, and it was all good. Now, and I say that because Kelly Price face was put on her album cover. They didn't show Kelly Price's whole body. Why? Because she's a full-figured woman. All they were looking to do was sell albums. Pretty face to sell an album.
I'm gonna play something for you real quick.
Now,
right? Hold on, no.
Hold on, let me finish my statement.
No, because your statement that you're trying to put out is redundant and it don't make sense to what we was talking about. So what I'm going to do, you know what? I'm gonna let you talk.
Go ahead. No, I want you to finish this.
But I'm gonna let you put your foot in your mouth again. Keep going.
No, finish this. I want to hear this. Finish this. Finish this.
Keep going.
No. Finish it, dog. I want to hear you. Finish it.
Because my thing is,
go ahead.
When I tell you about people being blackballed, and you talking about how Jaheim got 7 albums, he got this and this, yo, and you only heard of Jaheim first album that was fire, but it went gold. Ho.
No, but go ahead.
Yo, if you're gonna cut me off, then I'm gonna shut up and let you talk.
You're telling me, you're telling me that I only heard of the first album. That's not true.
That's not what I'm saying.
Tell me that I heard
if you listen to what,
that's not true.
That's not what I'm saying. If you listen to what I'm saying to you, you'll understand where I'm coming from. So what I'm saying is, when you talk about Jaheim album, right? The first album is the album that everybody know about. The second leading single, and the first leading single from the second album was a Cal song, right?
I'm gonna let you finish, dog. I don't want to say that.
No. Am I right? Yes or no? And because the second, watch this.
That's how go.
Watch this. The second leading single was the song that the record company did not want him to put out, and it go a little something like this. Everybody in the world know that as Hush, right? The original song for it is Keep It on the Low. And Jaheim label didn't want nothing to do with R. Kelly. They ain't want R. Kelly writing for him or nothing. But Kel slipped it to him and told him change the title of the song. And when they found out that it went back to Kelly, Jaheim might have recorded other albums, but nobody heard it. And when I say nobody, I'm talking about when you go from millions of people worldwide of hearing your album to only a demographic of about 130 people hearing your album, then what? Nobody heard your album.
Am I allowed to say something now?
I mean, and you've been allowed, bro, but I'm telling you, that's what blackball is. When you,
I mean, I hear where you going with that, bro. What I'm trying to get you to understand is those later albums that Jaheim did, they didn't have them same type of hits that hit like the other song, like the other records did. They just didn't. The last hit song I remember was the one that he did. Find My Way Back. That's the last hit song I remember coming from him.
Darius.
Gotta Find My Way Back. That's the last hit song I've heard coming from him. And I think that was maybe album number 4.
Watch this. Gotta Find My Way Back didn't even go gold.
But again, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that was a hit song. It wasn't pushed.
To you, it was a hit song.
What was he doing with it? He disappeared from music.
But to you, it was a hit song. To the machine. Again, dog, wait, listen.
Okay. Go.
As Darius saying in the chat, when you blackballed, you can still make 5 albums, but the machine won't be behind you.
Okay, so even when you say the machine, okay, if that's the case, then 50 Cent said the machine went behind him. He still went platinum.
The machine wasn't behind him after his first album.
Okay, so what did he do? What did he do in order to continue to keep selling records?
He flipped genres and got out of rapping and started doing other things, which was producing, which was owning, and which was acting.
No, 50, when the machine was not behind him, he continued to do them last couple of albums. He got out there and pushed them damn albums himself. He was the one still doing the same things that normally the record company would do. He put his money behind it and did it himself. That's why he was able to get out of it. And let me finish. That's why he was able to show Jimmy Iovine and them that he was not in the red. He was in the black. That's why they couldn't hold him contractually to get more music from him.
Listen, Jimmy Iovine's whole purpose was not to have 50 on the label. Jimmy Iovine's whole purpose was to turn 50 into a gimmick. And 50 flipped it.
That's one hell of a gimmick that got them paid. All of them.
Listen, I totally agree. That's why Jimmy Iovine mad at Stars. Because they wasn't supposed to give 50 that deal. Now 50 got a Lionsgate deal. Uh-oh. He don't need Stars no more. That's why I say what I say. Like, there's a lot of stuff that go on in them rooms, and we be out here talking about some yeah. And behind the doors, they be like, man, only if you knew. But I'm gonna tell you the main reason why I say, if Diddy is convicted, I'll be happy. And I'm gonna tell you why. Diddy is part of the Black Boule. See, everybody talk about the Illuminati. That's for the upper echelon folks. But the Boule is for folks like Kells, Diddy, me, you, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, all them folks. And see, and here's what I say. Every organization have a group behind them that's pushing them. Police department got the FOP. The Masonry the Freemasons and all that. Got the Illuminati. Hollywood got the Boule. When you attack those folks, you see stuff starting to crumble. So when Cat Williams got on Club Shay Shay, people thought he was making jokes and attacking people. No, he was attacking the Boule handlers. And as you notice, the rocks start crumbling. Because if he was directing these folks directly, what nobody gave a hell in about 2 years. But when you attack their handlers, all hell gonna break loose. So now Cat Williams looked like a shit starter. Because now what is everybody saying? If Cat Williams ain't never opened his mouth, and none of this would have been going on. But my thing is, why do it take a midget with a loud mouth for that way of perm for to open his mouth for people to listen when there's people out here that been saying it every damn day?
So you trying to say what Jaguar Wright says is legit?
I'm gonna say this. Again, I'm not a Jaguar fan, but 85% of what she said so far came true. So I'm gonna let you be the judge with that. Everything she said didn't come true, and everything she said wasn't true. But 85% of what she said.
Wait. You said everything she said did come true.
No.
And everything that she
but
said.
I said everything that Jaguar Wright said didn't come true.
Right.
And everything that she was saying is not true. But 85% of what she said has came true.
Man, you get enough folks saying the same thing because everybody on the same page mad. I'm like, what you expect?
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this. If 400 people said that you raped them, right? And we all know that you ain't raping nobody and you dealing with the machines, did that make them factual?
In the court of law, yeah.
Now you're getting the point. And the court of law, watch this. What law or what jurisdiction should we go by?
I mean, well, according to what I'm seeing, everything is going to New York for some strange reason.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. What are the 3 most corrupt states in the U.S.?
I don't know what you just did, but you turned into an alien again.
Nah, I ain't turned into an alien. And matter of fact, your phone sitting back saying, "Oh boy, it's coming, it's piping hot." So the question is, what are the 3 most corrupt states in the U.S.? Is your Obama phone working yet?
Say what? I can't hear you.
But I said, is your Obama phone all right? It's working?
I don't know what's going on with this phone. Switched up the alien mode. Your phone, no, that's that Trump phone you got.
Listen. I can go to an alien if you want me to, okay?
That's all I gotta do is go like this.
I
can go to an alien phone if I want to.
I could definitely give it to you anytime you want.
Like I said, I could be an alien anytime I motherfucking want to.
I can't hear you, bro. I promise you, all bull job aside, dog. So like you.
The 3 most corrupt states: New York, California, Chicago.
Hold on, I'm gonna come down off the street so I can hear you.
All
I'm
right.
sure somebody else want to talk. So hello, now I can hear you. Go ahead. What you hear now?
And the 3 most corrupt states: New York.
Hold on, I'm gonna drop off. Go ahead. I'm gonna drop off.
All right. The most corrupt states is New York, California, and Chicago. The reason why everything is going to New York about these cases is because we colored folks patronize in New York. Why? Because they say that's the state of big lights, beautiful cities. If we boycotted New York and not go there, we wouldn't be able to be charged there. But the Boule, the Illuminati, and the media makes you feel like if you don't go to New York, you ain't gonna make it nowhere. If you don't go to LA, you ain't gonna make it nowhere. I'm just saying, hold on. You live on the Dana J show. How can I help you, caller?
Hey, Dan, this is Judah.
What's going on?
EJ, let me say something.
Who?
EJ, because he made a comment. We can't, like Dana said, 80% of what, or 85% of what Jag is saying came true. Right. We can't not keep skipping over this woman because she was blackballed as well. Look what they did to this woman. She been in the industry for what? For 20-some years, 25 years? And like you say, everything done came to pass. We can't keep on kicking these people down. Oh, they're not being blackballed. They want. Look at what's going on. Follow the trails. Look at from their career all the way up to now. Look how they did Jaheim. Look how they did, like you say, Cisco. Look at all these people. You could do many albums and they don't be behind you. They know exactly what they're doing. How you think Beyonce get where she at? How you think Jay-Z get where they at? They done walked over people and still doing it. It's not making sense. And like I said, they're talking about free Puffy. Okay, y'all did Chaos more wrong than you doing him.
Thank you, Darius.
It's not making sense at all. It's really not.
Well, I'm gonna say this: people don't like Jag, and that's a personal preference. And people don't like her due to the fact of what they say that they seen her do to other folks. Now, I never seen Jag do some of the things that people say, but it's crazy if she did it. If she throwing her son to ashes and smoking her son to ashes, that's some crazy old stuff.
Yeah, but look at what position she was in.
Listen.
Look at what they're doing. I mean, the mental situation, like you said about the people, their mental state. Look at the mental state she was in.
I get that. But here's my...
I'm not condoning what she did.
Okay. I get that.
And then, and it's like, damn.
Well, EJ said, like I said, she piggyback off what someone else said, and she said it out of her own mouth. So don't say I didn't pay attention to things. Listen, here's what I'm.
Been, like I said, she been in the industry. She got to have her own, experience of what they did to her. Like, come on now.
Well, here's what I say. Jag do embellish a lot of stuff. And she do. But Jag have a personal agenda of attacking people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really don't know what's going on, you're going to pick sides. Because it seems like Jag is an internet bully.
Right, yeah.
But she's hurt about what was done to her. And if you really just sit back and just watch, she talk about it. Do I think it's right the way she do it? Hell no. Because she want other people to hurt like she hurt.
Right.
And that's not fair.
Yeah.
I think Jag need counseling. I think she need to go sit somewhere and talk to somebody and get that hurt out. Because see, I'm going to go here. I know Jaguar Wright personally.
Uh-huh.
I ain't talking about no internet shit.
Wow.
When I first met Jaguar, it was during Philly days. And that's when damn, what is her name? Shit. What is her name? I don't think that tigers and bears. What is her name? Oh man.
Oh, Jasmine
Sullivan. When I first met Jaguar Wright, Jasmine Sullivan was 10 years old wearing a dashiki and singing church songs.
Wow.
And when she used to go to the stage, it'd be Jasmine Sullivan, mother, dad, uncle, and her brother. And they all used to walk slow, and they used to walk like mermaids. But when she got that mic, baby, Jasmine would turn it out.
Wow.
So to see what Jasmine Sullivan is now and compared to when I first met her and when I first met Jag was killing. At that time, Jag was a minute Kiki Wyatt. Everybody wanted Jag on their stuff.
And she was a pretty woman. Oh, man. I was like, I'm going back. I said, oh, my God. And it's like, I believe her talent was a threat. I think that I would start there.
No. She saw too much and she know too much. And because she didn't know how to shut up. Jaguar always had a mouth. But Jaguar has been always a cool person. One thing about it, I ain't gonna cap. Jaguar was always cool. And if you wanted to learn something, singing wise, she'll show you.
Wow.
Now, years later, this Jaguar, and you can tell she's been abused mentally.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow. Just like when RCA. Do you believe that they said Mary had called RCA and told them not to support her when she had her first album, before she came out with her first album, and they put her under independent record label?
I want you to really think about that.
And I said, God damn.
I want you to think about that. When Mary first came out, she was on Uptown.
Right.
Which was RCA.
Right.
So whoever telling you that lie, lied.
Oh, wow.
Andre Harrell had all of that. But when Puffy wasn't even existent then. When Sean Combs met Clive, everything changed.
Right. Sure.
Matter of fact, I'm going to give you some groups. I'm going to give... Oh, Lord, here we go. I'm going to give you some groups to think about. Hold on. Now watch this. I'm going to break it down. Because EJ say it was under MCA, Dana. Okay. So let's break it down. Uptown.
Wait,
hold on, no. But I want to break it down. Uptown Records was founded by Andre Harrell in 1986. It was a division of MCA Records, right? And later became part of Republic Records. I'm going to stop there for a second. MCA later became part of Republic Records, and MCA was a division of RCA, and so was Republic. So if RCA is the parent company, which was a separate record label, but if that's the parent company, then MCA and Republic is part of what? RCA, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Wow. Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy because when she did that Coca-Cola commercial, I was like, damn, I did not know that was her. And it's like, damn, it's a lot of shit that's coming out that I know she was on other people's records, and it's like they're trying to It's like they're trying to erase her catalog, or if she have a catalog, what she do. But it's like, damn, why is y'all, it's deeper than what we see, It is. It's deeper.
Listen, there's only two. And I'm gonna say this, man. It's only two commercials, right? Hold on. There's only two commercials. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna get them right now. Hold on. That's one. That's one.
You talking about the commercial she did?
No, hold on. Hold on.
I think I know.
Hold on. No, I ain't talking about that. Hold on. That's one. Hold on. There's only 2 commercials, right? There's only 2 commercials in our lifetime that I said was real fire, right? Only 2 commercials in our lifetime that I can say speak for the culture and was fire. First commercial wasn't a Jag commercial. It was this commercial right here.
Dread in New York.
Crazy, crazy, son. Slick. Alright, what? Alright, you know what I mean? Shot. Man, it's big dog. Yes, sir. You know about what you got? Look at him. What?
That was the R. Kelly commercial. And the second one is them boys from Baltimore with the hot Coca-Cola commercial. Go like this. Hold on. Hold on. Here it go. It go just like this. What?
When I'm chilling with my homies, or we're working up a sweat. When I need some real refreshment, I know which one to get. Sing jazz. Nothing can replace days. I said no imitations. Believe me when I say there's always.
So you can't be the real thing, yeah. So when I tell you, like, yo, folks will sit back and talk about, oh, the commercial, this, listen, that Drew Hill joint and that R. Kelly joint, ain't nothing topping that. Ain't nothing topping that. Ain't nothing top of that. Hey, Tay, what's up, yo?
Wow. Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, but that's why I tell folks, like, yo, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, man. So, but look, I'm about to get up out this joint, man. I'm about to end this joint. I'm already over my limit. All right, boy. Thank you for calling, bro.
All right. Yep.
All right. Man, look, I thank y'all for joining me. I'm about this joint. Y'all got me singing horse to some Drew Hill joint. Jesus Christ. Woo! But look, I thank everybody that donated. I am 4 short from our goal, but that's cool. I'm thankful for the 6 that donated. Listen, man, I'm going to scream it to the death of me. Free R. Kelly. Support the music of anybody that's coming out that's trying to make it. Let's keep these people away from these major labels. Time to go back to doing it how we doing it. Let's get it on our own. You feel me? With that being said, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Be someone important, be yourself. And remember, elephants don't swat flies and jets fly over turbulence. And remember this last quote. If you don't got nothing to season your food with, just hit up Dana J and get that Dana J season, y'all. Like this.
Dana J hood season, man. I'm talking about that white dirt for all your vegetables and potatoes and anything from the garden, salads and everything. They got that Cajun. Oh my goodness, they got that. Ooh, yeah. Don't forget that seafood. And last but not least, he got this thing called tropical. Go to Dana J Spices at yahoo.com.
With that being said, I only got one thing to say. I appreciate everybody that donated. I appreciate everybody that's here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to hang with the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I appreciate all of y'all. And for all your haters, understand this. Yo, stop trying to build bonds you didn't break. Learn how to say, fuck them people. And tell them, your granny ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. Ain't that about a bitch?
To me, I'm still holding secrets of people that betrayed me. No, they don't deserve my loyalty. But I always keep my word. Don't preach loyalty to me. I'm still holding secrets of people that betrayed me. No, they don't deserve my loyalty. But I always keep my word. Loyalty to me.
Let every move be your best. Enough of the speculations and the rumors. I'm finna lay that to rest. I ain't never been extorted, and I ain't never been a pussy. They thought I was Patrick Mahomes. I passed some niggas without even looking. My crib on 5 acres, Super Bowl ring like a now later. Pop a tab, I'ma have a skyscraper, make her come on a dick like a vibrator. At this point, ain't no competition. Something wrong with their comprehension. What goes around come back around. I can't vote with groupie bitches. I'm too superstitious. Real nigga dilemma. These little niggas need parental. I was in back of the line too long. I walked to the front and skipped them. I don't ask for permission, nigga. If I want it, I'm coming to get it, nigga. Make them stand down like a midget, nigga. If you want to get rich, you should listen, nigga. I came home and charged 25 a show. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, diamond in the dirt. Now I'm up under a scope. Now they can see all my clarity. Made a couple good investments. Bought 1,000 pounds, made it disappear. Made 3.9 million fresh out to sell less than a year. Yeah.
Step up in the spot like I'm in the Mesquite fit. But it's 2020 something, so this here's some sheen.
Swimming in you. Hey, little mama. Said I wanna take her. Dipping your pool. Just going for a little dive, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.